What's up, everyone? It is Jason from SCE Vancouver here in the SCE warehouse with Ross from Shure. Shure Microphones in the building, giving our team a little show and tell, giving us some product knowledge, and just educating our crew on the latest and greatest gear that Shure has in its arsenal of options for professional working DJs and event pros. And if you're new here to the channel and you don't really know, we at SCE heavily rely on Shure microphones to support our sound everywhere, and we have for a very long time. As a matter of fact, I own a bunch of Shure products, from antennas to different mic systems. They have been rock solid for our team for a very long time. Anyway, I want to show you what some of the newest, latest, and greatest products are that Shure is bringing to the table for their consumers, people like you, people like me, people that crush events. And let's kind of just talk through some of the options. So I appreciate you being here. Thank you, and let's get into it.
Thanks. So here, let's work through it. So the first one that we're looking at here, so we've got the BLX system. This is our entry-level analog wireless system. You've got plenty of options for transmitters. We have handheld microphones with different capsule options. We've got belt pack transmitters you can use with lavalier microphones, headsets, instruments. These are great for just getting your feet wet into wireless, and there's lots of options for everybody.
Now, if you were to go up from like that analog level of microphone, would the next jump be this system right here, or it would be the SLX? What would you say it would be?
Next jump is actually going to be to the GLXD Plus system. That came out last year. Really great system. This system is actually, it's the easiest wireless microphone system that you could ever possibly use. So this one, it operates on both the 2.4 and 5.8 gigahertz spectrum. What happens is as soon as you turn it on, it automatically scans the frequency bands to find you the best available frequency and pairs itself automatically to the transmitter. So literally all you have to do is turn the microphone on and it works.
I think every working DJ has had one version or a version of this microphone at some point in time. I know that we at SCE use them in some of our coffin setups, some of our quick, load in and turn on after party systems, and it's great for like backup as well. I mean, this is a very capable microphone. The Shure team has definitely leveled up with this version of this mic kit. And what does it cost on something like this?
So the GLXD Plus, those are going to start around $400 or $500 and go up from there, depending on which configuration you get. Okay. This is a tabletop unit, which is a single channel. We also have a rack-mounted single unit as well. But as of right now, no dual channel.
Now, going up from there, I think the next logical step would be the Shure SLX.
SLXD is where we go from there. So now we're talking about digital systems still in UHF frequency ranges, right? So what you get with this one, you're going to get a lot more frequencies and a wider frequency block, which means you can use more systems potentially and have more frequencies to choose from, so better reliability.
And this comes capable, not just handheld, it does body pack and all different types of transmitters can pair with this as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You have handheld microphones. You can actually take the capsules off on these and replace them with a different model capsule if you'd like.
Very cool.
The other thing that SLXD has, you've got handhelds, you have belt packs, so same thing you can do with lavalier microphones, headsets, instruments. It also has networking built in, so you can actually connect it to a computer and monitor your frequencies, do your frequency deployment through there. A lot of really cool features in SLXD.
Now the SLX platform itself, where does that typically start for an investment?
Probably about $500-600 or so, again, depending on channel count and which mic capsules you're using.
Now there's an extension of the SLXD line, and that's something that is new to the table for sure, and we're super lucky and super fortunate to have not only seen it working live here today in our office, but I have it here and we can show it to you right now. And what is it exactly?
This past year at NAMM, we released the SLXD5 portable receiver as well as the SLXD3 plug-on transmitter. Unfortunately, I don't have that one with me.
Okay.
It's a fully featured camera-mounted receiver, has everything that the rack mount receiver has. So basically all you do is you connect this right on top of your camera. We've got a shoe mount accessory that you can put on there, and this will will work with any existing SLXD transmitters if you have them already. Just obviously make sure you get the new receiver in the same frequency block.
The cool thing about this system is if you're a DJ or event professional looking to do wireless transmission to a remote speaker or a satellite speaker, or maybe there's a challenging wiring situation going on, you can actually use this system to wirelessly carry your signal from your mixer directly to the speakers or to the access point that's going to get you to the speakers for the event or in the room that you're in. I think that's the magic of this system, which is super, super cool.
Right. You would basically just take, you have AA batteries in here, or we make our own rechargeable ones. So you would have a cable coming from your mixer out into here. This will transmit, and then this goes on your speaker.
So crazy. We actually, Jeff and I did an event in Orlando last week, and we actually used a version of this there, and we played for 6 hours, and it was 100% flawless the entire time. Just a really, really cool and capable transmitter receiver mobile option for people that are looking to really take their systems and the capabilities of their systems to the next level.
Yeah, and if you're, if you're a DJ but also a content creator, or if you do any, run and gun, video shooting or anything like that, if you already own the rack mount receiver and transmitter, all you would need to do to take that to make it mobile is just get a new receiver on the same frequency block as the one in your rack, and your existing transmitters will work perfectly with it.
Super, super cool. Now, from there, where do we go? We've got some more toys here from Shure. So what else do we have in the rack?
From here, we go up to QLXD.
QLXD, okay, so QLXD we have on the other rack over here, and that's one of my systems that we have here. The QLXD microphone system has been nothing but incredible to use as someone that has abused it at their events for now quite some time. So from the SLXD, we go up a level, and that would land us at the QLXD level at Shure. Now, can you talk to me a little bit about what differentiates the SLXD to the QLXD? Because we're talking about different price points, we're talking about different capabilities.
Right.
What are the key things that kind of differentiate the two systems?
Right. The biggest thing is going to be that the QLXD systems offer encryption. Okay. So for high-level corporate events, government, anything like that, anyone that needs encryption, QLXD is where that starts. So that's going to be the main feature. Mm-hmm. But again, as you go up, wider frequency blocks, stronger transmission power, so and more charging options, more microphone capsule options. So it's basically building off of QLXD and just bringing it up another level.
So these are technically, the higher up you go in investment level, the more capable and more feature-rich these options really are.
Right. You still have networking just like you do on SLXD, but again, more frequencies to choose from.
I think from what I'm understanding here, SLXD seems to be the perfect mic for a lot of private event DJ applications, but we're talking about QLXD, and we still have some more on deck. So let's go up to the next level, and that is
the next one. So that's
the Shure ULXD. Now, talk to us about this series of microphones.
So ULXD, we get into the higher tier here. So with ULXD, we have options for single channel, dual channel, or quad channel receivers. Mm-hmm. The dual and quad channel receivers are actually Dante enabled, so you set up a Dante network with these.
And this right here is actually a
This is a
four-channel receiver. So that means you can use 4 independent transmitters, whether it's 4 handhelds, 4 body packs, 2 body packs, and 2 handhelds. 4 combination of signal in to this single rack space receiver.
Right. And if you find yourself in challenging RF environments and you need to run a lot of different channels, ULXD also has what's called high density mode, which basically allows you to run a lot more microphone channels on a single TV channel. So that's a pretty big differentiating factor there as well.
Now, you watching this video might be like, well, there's only 1 rack space. I only see 2 antennas because this really doesn't count. How are we making that work? And that actually is being done right here by the antenna power distribution unit. Now, this unit up top, we use them here at SCE, and we're super familiar with it, but I'll talk about it really quick. What this unit does is allows you to take multiple antennas and consolidate them into 2 outputs, and those outputs can be these antennas, it could be other antennas, it could be fins, it could be whatever you actually need for your application. We're going to talk about that in a little bit as well. But this unit not only kind of consolidates your antennas into one single clean space, it also powers your microphone kits as well, and that's the really cool thing about this unit. It does signal and power kind of distribution and consolidation in your rack. So it keeps things super tidy, super clean, and it just helps you stay super organized. So where do we go from here? So we're at ULXD, which is super dope. I've got a ULXD system. I'm super proud of it. It's probably my favorite Shure system. But what is the holy grail?
The holy grail
of Shure systems.
The holy grail of Shure systems is going to be Axcient Digital, which is this guy right here. So Axcient Digital, if you need something mission critical where you cannot have dropouts or interference, Axcient Digital is the way to go.
So 100%. What makes this thing so, because I understand this unit is over $5,000. Is that correct? $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. This is an investment system that is way overkill for most people, mainly DJs like myself. But it's got a lot of really cool features, and it can do a lot. So can you talk to me a little bit of what this thing is capable of doing?
So the Axcient Digital receivers come in a 2-channel or a 4-channel version. This is the 4-channel. Big thing with Axcient, you can do what's called show link. And what that is basically another piece that acts as an access point, and you can remotely control your transmitters from a computer, from the receiver. It allows you to basically not have to go over to the talent to grab their transmitter to do another scan and sync or anything like that. You literally can just remote it straight in from there.
It's kind of like signal protection built in remote access, if you will.
Pretty much. And
so
I mean, if you take that a step further, we have the ADX2FD, which is frequency diversity. So what'll happen here is this microphone can actually transmit on 2 separate channels, or two separate channels. So if you should happen to get interference that the receiver didn't detect on its own, or that the access point didn't detect on its own, or the software you're using didn't detect on its own, you have a completely separate backup channel that it's transmitting to at the exact same time.
Now, that mic is super sexy, and it looks very pretty. What is the investment for that handheld Shure microphone?
This microphone in this configuration runs over $4,000. The receiver itself is also going to run, I think, around 5, 6, depending on the channel.
So you're looking at $10K plus for just one microphone and one receiver. Now, obviously, this is not something that someone would just go and buy for, you have to have a need for this. I mean, you don't technically have to have a need for this, but this system comes with redundancy. It comes with signal processing and intelligent switching. It has a lot of capable features that I can't even talk about here to you, and we can't talk about to you because it's just way too much for the needs of this channel. But the cool part is it's here right now, and this is what it is, and it's very pretty, very cool.
Yeah, these things are awesome. They are extremely difficult to take down.
So there's some other stuff that is here that I just want to touch on really quick as we wrap this video. We've got a number of different microphone kits, and we have a number of different microphone heads here. Can you talk to me a little bit about what are some of the differences in the microphone heads that can be switched or used with the different handheld options with Shure?
Yeah, absolutely. So first thing is any system SLXD or up will have interchangeable capsules, right? So you have a bunch of different options. I don't even have them all here with me, but you've got your standard SM58 cardioid dynamic microphone.
Pretty much bulletproof.
Bulletproof. Yeah, Beta 58s. This is Beta 87C. We also have a Beta 87A, which is these are condenser microphones. So you're gonna be a lot more sensitive, so pick up a lot more of the detail. So for singers, these are great. And then we also have our KSM8 right here, which is our dual dyne technology, which actually gives you a really nice big sweet spot. It is a dynamic microphone, so for those people that are giving speeches that maybe don't have great mic technique or start speaking up here and then it kind of ends up over here, or they shake the microphone around a little bit, This microphone has a really nice big sweet spot, so you really won't get too much fluctuation in the volume coming through.
In my personal system, we actually use that microphone head for all of the toasts. For anyone that's speaking, even officiants when we do a wedding, they use that microphone. So it allows us a little bit more control and a little bit more forgiveness when they're not properly using the microphone, or if we have to like tune things way louder than we need to because they're now holding the microphone down by their belt and as opposed to up nice and high. But really cool. Now that's not it. We also have microphone lapel units, and really quick, I want to talk a little bit about the difference between the two main, Carioid and
Omnidirectional.
Omnidirectional. Right. So what is the difference between Carioid and Omnidirectional? And I'm going to share with you all how we're using them in SCE for our ceremonies and when we need to use lapel style microphones.
Yeah, so as far as lapel microphones go, so an omnidirectional microphone is going to pick up all around it. A cardioid microphone is basically just going to pick up what's right in front of it. So both ways, they're going to have their trade-offs.
So there's pros and cons to these microphones, and what we found to be the most effective in a ceremony situation is using the cardioid style microphone for the officiant, the person that's going to be basically not moving around, that's going to be planted and delivering their message to the audience that's in front of them. They're usually there, not moving, they're interactive with the crowd, and if they need to have a lapel style mic, we opt for the cardioid version of this because we then use a second system that we put on the groom's lapel, and his lapel mic would be omnidirectional, and we only use that microphone when we go into the couple giving their vows to each other. So if one person is sitting on this side and one person is sitting on that side, the omnidirectional mic actually picks up everything in its circumference. The reason why we don't use that specific mic for the main ceremony details is because that microphone can pick up anything and everything that's going on in its immediate area. So sometimes you have a best man that might be fidgety, or you might have someone that's tapping or just making a noise with their hand, or you're outside and there might be a water feature at that venue and you hear that constant drip of water, or it might be a bird, a truck, or something going on, an airplane, a seagull, anything at all. That microphone is going to be super sensitive and it's going to pick everything up. So we opt for the cardioid version where you're actually talking directly into the mic for the most part. We can control it a lot more, and we have not just more control over the mic itself, but we have more control over what's going into the mic and what we're able to broadcast out. Whereas when we use the vow portion and we're using the omnidirectional mic, we're trying to pick up the reactions, the candid conversation that's taking place between two people, which is a little bit more intimate. And typically during a wedding ceremony, everything stops during that one portion. Everyone stops moving, everyone is paying 100% complete attention, and they're really dialed into that moment. So you can be a little bit more lenient with what you're broadcasting out with your microphones, and I feel like that's always been the recipe for us at SCE.
Yeah, I think you covered all of it. I'm not sure there's anything else I can add to that, but yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is our, what you're seeing here, this is our uniplex cardioid microphone. These are, our plex cable on these are fantastic, especially when you're using for weddings where they might get knocked around, or you're handing them to people that might not be familiar with microphones or not necessarily care about them. The great thing about these plex cables is that they have no memory. So I can get this thing all tangled up, I could tie it in a knot, and once I untangle it, there's no memory, there's no kinks in the cable, nothing like that. So once I untie that, you'll see, boom, no memory. So super easy to work with. All of our plex, we have uniplex, duraplex, twinplex. They're all using these plex cables, and they all have no memory, and they're super duper easy to deal with, and they sound great.
All of the products that we talked about in this video will have some links in the description of this video. So if you want to get some information on any of the products that we showed and just talked about here, including this crazy expensive, super cool microphone, we're going to put it in the description of this video. Now, if you have questions about any of the Shure product line that we talked about here, or just Shure products in general, I'd like to take this opportunity to invite you to drop down below, throw it in the comments, and I'll be monitoring it. If I can't answer your question or get you the answer, I'm gonna go right to the source himself and get you some information direct from Shure to make sure that you, no pun, to make sure that you guys get your answers, your information, and you are set up for success. I'm a big fan. We are a big fan of Shure microphones, and I'm just so incredibly thankful and honored that you took the time to come here and demo all this crazy stuff. We've got some more videos about some of the products here at SCE with Shure that are going to be featured here on the channel in the days, weeks, and months ahead. Be sure to look out for some of these videos coming to this platform. And again, if you've got questions, you want to do some homework, you want to check things out, there's links and information in the description of this video. And if you have questions, throw it in the comments underneath this video. Anyway, appreciate you checking this out. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, we'll see you real soon.